Welcome once again, and thank you for being here. You know, special events have been a very important part of our community, the biggest little city, for the last 20 years. Hot August nights, outstanding. Artown, outstanding. And if you read the newspaper, if you watch television, special events are really what's stimulating a lot of business to our area, people coming in from out of town, and great events for local people as well. It seems to me that it was about a year ago that we talked to Beth Macmillan, who's Executive Director of Artown. Come to think of it, it was a year ago that we talked to Beth Macmillan, and she's with us again. And you guys have done an outstanding job over there at Artown, Beth. You really have. And it's something that's much anticipated, and I think that the whole community has kind of bought into.
Well, and yeah, I mean, you can give us credit for doing a great job, but we have to continually give credit back to the city. They're our major funder, and back to everybody who shows up. I mean, without the community's buy-in, there would be no Artown. Without the investment and the support that the city gives us, I just would not be the same community. I think that what has happened is City Council has really played an important role in making sure that this is successful and helps us do our job better and really bring to the community an amazing festival every year.
Beth, what is the history of Artown? I really don't know. How many years?
This is our 18th year. In 1996, downtown was not doing very well. It wasn't very healthy. Casinos were closing. There was no urban lifestyle. Restaurants were non-existent, no shopping. And a group of city leaders and business leaders got together and decided to try and use arts and culture as a tool to revive the economy downtown. We have a beautiful park, Wingfield Park, which got an amphitheater right there, and it really wasn't being used. It was built for the Reno Municipal Band. And so this group of individuals had a little bit of money left over in the Arts and Culture Commission budget, which was then called City 2000. And they went to all the local arts organizations and asked them if they could come to a performance or a children's workshop or whatever it is that was their expertise. And they came down over a 3-week period in July of 1996, from July the 8th until the end of the month, and 30,000 people showed up downtown. So that was the experiment to see if people would come back downtown. And look where we are 18 years later. We have an urban kayak course, we have movie theaters, we have baseball stadium, we have an outdoor climbing wall, we have, you know, condominiums down here, incredible restaurants, we've got Midtown, you know, coming up. It's just really been a renaissance.
Mm-hmm. Now, Artown is primarily a 1-month event, is that about right, in the month of July? But you've already had some things already happening, haven't you?
Yeah, we program throughout the year, not consistently, but when an opportunity comes up that really is meaningful for our community and an arts opportunity, with the idea of making sure that Artown stays on everybody's mind throughout the year, and our events during the year really serve as a funding mechanism for July. So if we can get some earned revenue from tickets. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's the gem, the jewel, the baby.
Mm-hmm. And so many of these things I know are free to the public. You know, I didn't realize that Wingfield Park was built just for the band. Yeah. Many years ago. Yes. And look what it's really evolved into, things going on all the time. How many of your events on a percentage breakdown are free to the public?
66%.
Really?
Right.
Really?
Yeah, and we have about 500 events, and that includes every genre and discipline of the arts, everything from visual to dance to historic to cultural to music, theater. Workshops.
Art shows would be part of
absolutely.
Artown. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we've really gained a lot of ground in the workshop environment where people can not only participate as an audience member, but people can participate as artists.
Who are some of the big names that we will be seeing this summer, in this July?
Well, and we've got an amazing festival coming up. We're going to open on July 1st, of course. And opening, the support band will be Jelly Bread, which is a local band, will be the opener. But the headliner for that night is a group of amazing musicians that all come from their own bands. And they're coming together in honor, to pay homage to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. It's the 40th anniversary of that album, and they will be playing that album in its entirety.
These are musicians that, not necessarily just in Reno.
No, these are like Corey Glover. He was with He's with his own band, Galactic, I think it's called. And from Parliament Funkadelic, we've got Carl Denson from Carl Denson's Tiny Universe. Some amazing musicians coming together for the 1st of July. During the month of July, we always have some really interesting world music offerings. We have everything from a mariachi band to sort of Bhangra fusion with Red Barat. Yemen Blues from the Yemen country is going to be joining us. We have some reggae coming in from St. Croix. We have the Glenn Miller Orchestra is going to be at Bartley Ranch.
Really? When is that?
That's on the 15th. And actually, we're doing that as a tribute to Roy Powers. He passed away,
Yeah,
and he was he was one of the trustees of the Robert Z. Hawkins Foundation.
Right.
And so I've spoken to Jackie, his wife, and it's the day after her birthday. So it's a really great opportunity for us as a community to remember a really great artist and individual.
Do you happen to know if there are any members left of the original Glenn Miller band that might be taking part in that?
No, I don't.
They're
But we'll
usually just people that play the arrangements, but they're very, very good.
But it has the name, the Glenn Miller. It's not pickup artists. They come as a full ensemble and with a singer, and it's going to be great. And we're also working with Sierra Nevada Ballet. Are going to do a couple of dance numbers on the stage in front of the orchestra, to really add a little bit of a multidisciplinary feel to it tonight.
And then you partner with casinos too, I know. And
We do
They bring
partner
in
with
big
casinos.
stars and it's
Yeah,
part of
Dave
Artown.
Cos will be over at Jonasquagas Nugget. Also out at Bartley Ranch, we're actually having a night of Latin jazz with Pete Escovedo and his daughter Sheila E. She was Prince's percussionist, I believe, at one point. But they're going to be coming out to be one of our headliners to do a night of Latin jazz. Ricky Lee Jones is going to be out there as well. So that's also another big evening that we're going to have out at Bartley Ranch. Wingfield Park, we have all of our family series, and we have a wonderful family festival. This year that's new, we're going to be having a mascot night. So we want everyone who has because mascots are an art unto themselves, right? So we'll have a mascot night where Archie will come down and all the different mascots for the kids to see and decide which is their favorite.
Yeah, that really is. Well, you've done an outstanding job. I would imagine you're to a point now where people are calling you from around the world saying, can we get into Artown?
Yeah, indeed. It's definitely happening. I think that part of our mission is to change the way the rest of the world sees Reno, using arts as that mechanism. And I think that whenever I go to conferences or whenever I travel, people take Reno and Artown very seriously as an important player in the arts now.
You have a lot of volunteers for your organization, like Hot August Nights.
Oh yeah, and it's for Artown. It's tough. We have about 150 volunteers, but it's a month-long event, so it's really, that's a lot of work for a volunteer to participate. So we really try and separate out what our volunteers do. Maybe they take on every Monday night or every Wednesday night. So because it's a long month to get through.
And it's happening day and night, too. You have things going at 10 o'clock in the morning, I would imagine, that
Yes.
demand volunteer services. Yeah.
Definitely.
That's fantastic. You have a poster,
I do.
and this is the official poster for this year's Artown. Now, who designs your...
Every year it's different. We have a competition, a contest, and artists can submit samples of their work, and it goes before a panel without the artist's name, so nobody knows really who they are seeing. You're going purely on the samples of work. This artist this year, her name is Annie Hall, and she believes that the arts open new doors.
Not Woody Allen's Annie Hall.
No, our own
She
very
was great.
special Annie
Your
Hall.
own very special.
And this to her, it's nice and contemporary and it's very abstract in a way, but this circle here is her Wingfield Park, and this is her river, her Truckee River. And all the doors that get opened, you can see our major funders down here, which is always very grateful for all the partners that we have. And I think the color palette is very
nice.
summery and really represents us well. And we'll be seeing this artwork it's on our website right now, which is renoisartown.com. You'll see some form of this artwork on all the T-shirts and all the collateral, our little book that comes out, that'll be out in the middle of June. So this artwork and this color palette will be seen in many, many different formats.
Very good, very good. If my memory serves me correctly, you were a dancer at MGM many
was.
years ago. How did you get hooked up with Artown?
During the show, towards the end of the show was cut back to one show night, so our salary was cut back a little bit too. And I started a program called Teddy Bear Dances, which is teaching little children dance lessons to instill the love of dance. And from there, I was then offered the job to run the ballet company, Nevada Festival Ballet. And after a year of that, I concluded my contract with them, and I got a call from Karen Craig, who was the executive director at Artown, and she offered me the position of festival manager. And I came on board, and a couple of years later, I ended up in the position I'm in now.
And for 18 years, you obviously have loved it. It's been your life, hasn't it, really?
It has become, I since sold Teddy Bear Dancers to a very dedicated person who has taken it on and still teaches these wonderful little children. And I do believe that when you're in an organization like Artown, it's a privilege to live in a community and give back to the community in the way that I can and make a difference to the community in which I've chosen to live. I'm very grateful for the job that I have and for the work that I get to do for everybody here in this community.
And your native country is?
South Africa.
South African. You have a beautiful diction and a great accent. You really do. Well, we wish you a lot of success. I mean, you don't have to wish you success for Artown. It's a very successful event. But we'll just encourage anybody that may be watching that, regardless of where you're watching it, maybe watching it online, you know, in Denver, Colorado. Hey, jump in the car, get on an airplane. During the month of July, come to Artown. It's going to be really outstanding again this year.
Yeah, it's going to be a great month, and we love to see everybody come with their friends and family downtown. It's a really great gathering place for people. Plus, you get a great education and entertainment in the arts. It's all round fantastic.
Beth Macmillan, thank you very much for being our guest. We really appreciate it. And we will see you again next year, I'm assuming, I'm hoping.
I'm hoping.
And in the
so.
meantime, we'll see you at one of the Artown events.
Very good.
Thank you, Beth. And our thanks to you.